Welcome to Fanny Magnet. Right now in this video I'll show you the difference between the original battery and the duplicate battery, the copy of a battery for a laptop. Now before we start the video, you need to understand uh, whenever you feel that the laptop is not giving a battery backup, that means you have to consider that the battery is faulty. So in that case you can normally visit to any local shop and you can check which battery will be required for that particular laptop and so on. By just giving a model number of the laptop, the vendor will definitely, the seller will able to tell you if the battery is available and how much that will be the cost. Now if you see, I have four different batteries on the screen. Now three of them are two of them are the original one and two of them are the duplicate one. Before we start the video, you need to understand all the batteries are made in China only. Okay, so you go with the original one or you go with the duplicate, it will be made in China. Okay, but now the question rises here that shall go with the original one or duplicate one. Now in this video I'll try to cover the few facts which will help you to understand and make your decision like which battery you should buy. Now this battery is for Dell. Okay, now this is the compatible battery for Dell. The second battery is the original battery for the Dell. Okay, the third, that's a Samsung battery, and the last, this is for Lenovo and this is a copy. Okay, not the original one. So these two are original, one is for Samsung and Dell, and this is Dell copy and this is Lenovo copy. Now even without looking to the battery, if I just close my eyes and if you ask me which is the original battery, I will able to tell you because of the weight. Okay, you need to understand comparatively the original battery will have much 20% of extra weight compared to the fake battery, the duplicate one. So that's the first way how you can determine which battery is original and duplicate. Now if you see both the batteries here, the first thing you will notice, let's take a look on the original battery and let's understand the whole thing here. Okay, so the first thing, whenever you will check the battery, you will notice if it's an original battery made by Dell, you will have a Dell logo here. Then you will have all the information related with the power supply, like what is the output, what is the input, and the DC and everything, and mostly everything. And also you will have this QR code so that you can scan and understand the battery warranty and so on. Here, that's a serial number. So these are the specification you will have, and also they will guide you on the original battery that you should not throw this in dustbin, and this is recyclable, like you can recycle this battery, and much information about this, and they will give you all the details related with the battery. But let's come to the battery which is a local made or Chinese, a low quality. In this you will not find any information related with the what will be the input, what will be the output and so on. It will just have a small the logo of the brand, whatever brand you are planning to buy, and it will have only information of the brand which is this compatible with. For example, this is a local brand for which is compatible with Lenovo G560. So nowhere here written Lenovo, only you will see that it is compatible with model G560, and that's all. Same goes with Dell. You will not find any information related with that, only you will see a brand. For example, this is made by different brand, and here, and this is made by a different brand. So you will see a brand will be different. It will be not be Lenovo, it will not be Samsung, it will not be a Dell. So that time you have to consider that that battery is compatible and not the original one. Now let's say this is the original battery and this is the Chinese made, or technically both are Chinese made, but again in terms of quality this will perform much better compared to this one. Now the reason why still there is a difference now, first let's talk about the battery backup. If you are the one who is considering the battery backup is the very much priority, then I will suggest go with the original one only, because the original one will give you a backup of 3 hours, 3 4 hours, something like that. But duplicate or copy a compatible battery will give you a backup of like 1.5 hour to 2 hours. That's a max they can give you. Now the reason is the cell which is used inside these batteries compared to the original one, these are the very cheaper. Okay, so that's the reason these are the duplicate batteries not able to hold that much of power and so on. Apart from this, do you think if you're thinking is there anything different apart from battery backup, I will say yes, but not that much. So in short, my suggestion, my conclusion will come, if you have money, okay, if you are planning to invest good money on your laptop, I will suggest always go with the original. And if you're short of a budget, okay, for example, if you are using an old laptop and if you are planning to use it for like 6 months, a year, and then you are going to sell it off or just throw it away, then I will suggest don't go for original one. You can definitely go with this kind of local made or Chinese kind of battery. The reason is this will be much cheaper. For example, these kind of battery which are the copy of the original, it costs like 1200 to 1500 rupees in India. And if you compare that same thing with the original one, that will be the double of the total cost. So let's say if this is for 1500, it will be somewhere around 3000 to 4000 rupees. So in short, if you're planning, if your laptop is new and if you're planning to use that laptop for more than 2 years, I will suggest go for original one. But if you're planning for like you will use for short term, like for 6 months, year, go with this duplicate one. Second reason, if battery backup is not your concern, okay, for example you are the person who mostly time spend in the office or at home with the laptop and do not travel much, in that case a 1.5 hour battery backup is good enough, so that you can move from one place to different another place, and that's it. But if you are a person who travel mostly, for example you spend most of the time in traveling, from going one place to another, example the people who are into marketing, sales, they visit from one client to different client, and the whole day I think they spend their time on the traveling. So if you are that kind of person, I will say use original, as this will give you a better battery backup. If you're thinking using original battery and using this kind of battery will impact anything on your performance, the answer is no. Okay, the reason is the output and everything will be same. There is only 1% of chance this battery will fail in like a month and 2 months, something like that. The reason is this battery is not went through quality checks and have not went through all the testing which this battery has been through. So if you are buying the original one, you don't have to worry only that this will fail in like 2 months or 3 months, but there is a definitely possible chances that this battery will can fail, may fail in 2 to 3 months. So these are the reasons you should consider before buying a battery. Now as this was all about batteries. Now let's talk about the adapters. Okay, so this is the original adapter for HP. Okay, now the original adapter for HP can cost you around let's say from 4000, 3000, 3000 to 6000, anywhere between that. But the same kind of a local made Chinese charger will cost you I think 1000 rupees or something like 1200 rupees. Now the question is which adapter you should go. I will always say go with the original one. Okay, the reason is Now I always recommend, I always suggest, go with the original charger only. The reason is, when you go with the original charger, okay, let's talk about this one. It has a function, in case of any kind of, if there is any let's say that there is a surge in your power, in your home, in your electricity. This adapter, the original adapter, has a capacitors, has that kind of technique which will eliminate all the possibilities which can damage your laptop. But when we talk about the Chinese one, it does not have. It has only one function to do, that is to convert the AC to DC to 19 volt. That's all it does. It has many functions. Whenever there is a power surge, it will try to eliminate that surge. So when it come to batteries, I can go, you can choose your option which one you should go. But when we talk about charger, I will always suggest, I will always recommend, use the original one. And one thing you need to know, that whenever you buy a new charger, you don't get the power jack, power adapter, okay. So I will always recommend, if you have the old one, use that only, because that will be the original one. Now I'll show you the difference also on about the power cord. What is the difference in the original and the duplicate power cord. So if you take a look here, this is the fake power cord, okay. You see that this is a fake power cord. The first, majorly you will face this kind of problem. The fitting, the grip inside this is not that good, as it should be, okay. And again, this is made up of very low quality plastic and so on, rubber. But this is just, I brought the original one for one of my customer. Now let's take a look how it look like, okay. So here we go. You can see that when I plug this thing, it is taking a pressure for me, so that I can, I have to put a little pressure in order to put this thing inside. Now the benefit of that is, there will be no sparking inside, okay. This is 100% properly attached to the adapter. So that's one best reason you should always go with the original power cord only. So price wise, the duplicate, the copy of a power cable cost you around 50 rupees in India, and the 50 to 100 rupees, okay. And the original will cost you around 200 to 300 rupees. But this is really worth. One more visual you can make you can understand which is the original and which is the duplicate one. If you look to the cable, you can see the size of this, the local made, not the Chinese one is very small, and it is very flexible compared to the original one. Now the benefit happens is, even if you try to twist this, like if I'm trying to twist the original one, like this, the cables, okay, the wire which is there inside are safe. But if I try to do with this one, there is a possibility that the cables inside will get damaged. So while traveling, normally, what we do, we just put this cable like this, and we put it in the bag, and in that while doing that, it is possible that accidentally we may damage the cable. So I always recommend you to go with the original one only, okay. So this was a short video on adapter, batteries, and the power connector. So in case if you're buying a new adapter, you will not get this part, okay. This part you will not get. So I will always say that use the old which you have, because that's the original one. So this was a short video on battery, adapters, and power cords. So if you think this video was helpful for you, hit the like button. For more such videos, you can subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day.